Once again, we're meeting to greet each other for this great celebration of the Feast of Christmas. And some of you will remember that last year we focused our attention on the travel donkey. Why? Because we were hoping to strip away all the commercialism and all the traditions that surround this feast. The parties, the gift-giving, the special events, even though some of those special events were aimed to raise money to help people in need. But to move away from all this, to uncover, to rediscover the one authentic reason for celebrating this particular birth. Soon after his birth, Jesus was recognized as the long-awaited Messiah, the Saviour of the Jewish people. And as such, of course, he was a danger both to the political system and to the religious authorities. So within that first year of his life, Herod, the king, was determined to kill him. And Mary and Joseph had no choice but to escape to Egypt to seek asylum. So within the first year of his life, he was an asylum seeker. And this is what we're celebrating. The birth of a man who had to start out seeking asylum in a foreign country, who was a threat both to the political and the religious institutions of the time, and who would become a social revolutionary, who has changed not only the history of the world, but our lives also. But that happened 2,000 years ago. What about our celebrating today? Now, this picture, for me, carries the authentic message of Christmas now. Please look carefully into this picture for a few moments. He came 2,000 years ago. But this picture reminds me that of the poet who wrote, "Have you not heard his silent steps? He comes, comes, ever comes, every moment and every hour, every day and every night. He comes, comes." He's never separated from our lives. It's day after day that we meet face to face the source of all life, of all existence. We stand face to face in the middle of the hurry and the rush, the confusion of our everyday lives, the people, the responsibilities, the anxieties. The one who came still comes, walks with us, walks among us, walks within us, lives within us. And we stand, therefore, before that reality every day of our lives. Then why do we not see it? If we looked into this picture, we saw crowds of people hurrying along the way we do, rushing through this life. And then suddenly there is what another poet called a flash of vision, a moment of deep insight into the true reality all around us. We are able to see beyond the countless names and forms of life, the one reality, the source of all that lives, who moves among us, within one who moves among and within the tired and the desperate, tens of thousands who are trying to cross the borders, the national borders from one country to another, who are waiting wearily at the checkpoints, the barriers which we have constructed to separate us from each other. The ones who are tired and anxious because they have lost their homes and all hope has been destroyed. And among those, he comes. That one also moves among the terrorists, those who have to hide their fears and their faces and their shame behind masks and black hoods. Can we also see the reality, walking within and among the terrorists, not their actions, but the human beings? That is much more difficult. And so we really do need that flash of vision, that sudden unveiling of the reality behind the all too familiar forms and names and anxieties of our daily lives. Celebrating Christmas means celebrating the fact that we can receive those sudden moments of insight, when all the familiarity is still there, and yet we can see into it and beyond it the authentic truth of our existence. We can see the one who ever comes and walks amongst us and lives within us. And so this Christmas, I wish for each of you and for me that we may be gifted with those sudden flashes of vision, those sudden moments of pure insight into the reality within the familiar of the everyday.